Alright, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today, we're going to show you that you only need this one device, your iPhone, to get you healthy. It's a tall vanilla sweet cream cold brew.
Oh, anything else for you?
No, that's it.
Alright, so $3.73.
Thanks.
$3.73. Next one.
Change.
Thank you.
This little baby cold brew.
That's all you need.
Banging a cold brew. Alright, so the first app we're going to use, which is by far the app that everyone should be using, it's very simple to use and their database is huge, is MyFitnessPal. So we're going to show you Kennedy's. She's already tracked her breakfast and her lunch, and we're going to go get a workout in. So we're going to show you how she adds her cold brew from Starbucks. So this is Kennedy's diary of macros. They actually call it the diary. So we've got 1 cup of steamed rice, 8 ounces of grilled chicken, and then a blueberry Starbucks muffin. So yeah, we're going to Starbucks twice today. Yeah. So she's going to show you, she's going to add her cold brew in.
Maybe.
No, you do it differently than I do.
You really? How do you do it?
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's all the same. So the cool thing about MyFitnessPal is the database, because it's been around much longer than any of the other apps. It's got one of the largest databases for calories. So she just typed in Starbucks vanilla sweet cream, and sometimes you don't even have to type the whole thing in, it'll just pop up. So it's got the macros listed. It's got 6 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein, and she's going to hit the check mark. And so now it's going to add that to her diary for the day, and she can go to nutrition, and then she can go over to macros on the top right hand corner, which she's already under. Well, this one just breaks it down in a graph, but yeah, either way you can look at it. So there's her macros so far for the day. So we're not going to tell you her macros, but we'll do that on another video. But just so you know, that's where her macros are at today. So like I said, MyFitnessPal is an awesome app for tracking anything and everything you eat. So anything that has calories to it, you want to track in here so that you can see how many calories you're consuming. And MyFitnessPal is very nice and reminds you when you haven't tracked. It's got a good reminder on there. So this is by far the #1 app, I think. There's tons of other apps you can use, but MyFitnessPal, like I said, has been around the longest, so their database is huge. Plus, you can also go to create your own food, which we'll show you on another video, but you can add in your own food that you make at home. So you'll have to figure out the calories, but you can add it in there. That way you have it in there all the time. And this saves your most recent ones, so it's really easy to pull up everything. Alright guys, so the second app you must have on your phone, well, it's already on your phone if you have Apple, is the Health app. So there's a lot of good things in here. There's activity, mindfulness, nutrition, sleep. The nutrition is kind of just an overview of the calories, so I would still use MyFitnessPal for that, but the best thing to use is the activity recorder. So it breaks down your steps during the day. It breaks it down by steps, miles, and it also can track flights walked. So can you see it? So this is just today, so you can go over to today, actually click on different days, so you can go back. And so it's got my steps throughout the day, like I said, walking and running, and it's also got flights climbed. So we live in Texas, so everything's flat, so we don't really climb stairs here. But there's a lot of good things in here if you're just up your activity on a daily basis. So just going for a walk every day makes a huge difference. So if your steps are under 5,000, the first thing you could do is try and get your steps to 10,000. So what Kennedy and I like to do on Saturdays is we like to add like a 10-minute walk before every day, or before every workout that we do on the weekends. So that's what we're gonna do right now, is just add a small walk. So if you just, like I said, if your steps are under like 5,000 per day, shoot for 10,000 the next week. If your steps are under 2,000, double it to 4,000. So I think people forget how simple a walk is and how much it can do for your health. There's a lot of benefits. We like to do it before we work out just to get some blood flowing. But like I said, that app and MyFitnessPal are probably the 2 apps that you really need to be using if you're trying to get lean, if you're trying to gain weight, if you're just trying to be healthier. Those are like the 2 best apps that you can have, and that's really all you need. So luckily, we're in 2018, everything is technology based, and you can do everything right from your phone. You can even get workouts on Google. Now, they won't be the best workouts. There's a lot of good sites, like bodybuilding.com has some good workouts on there. There's a lot of free websites with free workouts nowadays, and they're not tailored specifically for you, but if you're just getting into working out, they're really good to do. And there's always good tutorials, and we'll do a bunch of videos, and we're gonna start posting our workouts on here. But if you're just trying to get healthy, lose weight, or even gain weight, those 2 apps will help you tremendously. So, it's windy over here. So if you don't have an iPhone, I'm sure Samsung has their own version, but Apple's is really good about tracking as long as you have it in your pocket all day. If you have the Apple Watch, it tracks it actually a lot more consistently, and it's a lot better data, but just having your phone in your pocket or in your hand all day works really well. So we're gonna get a workout in. All right, so alongside the activity, another good thing is on here you can put your body measurements on. So Kennedy hasn't put hers in, but the reason why you could do this is because you could track progress. So you could put in all your body measurements, and then say in a month you could retrack them. So you can put heart in there, you can put health records. So let's click on heart. So you could enter your blood pressure, your heart rate, all this stuff that you can go get from the doctor, and then you can you know, if you're starting to work out after a month or 2, you can recheck it and kind of see the progress that you've made. So this is just, it's a really good recorder that's on your phone, instead of like having to go to your doctor for this stuff or having to keep it written down somewhere at home. Another good one is the sleep app. So obviously it's really easy to be like, yeah, I've got to wake up at 6 a.m. so I should go to bed at 10 p.m. to get my full 8 hours of sleep. But what you can do on here, this will track your sleep, and then if you go to your alarm clock, there's actually a sleep app on there, and what it'll do is if you have an alarm set for 6, it will actually remind you. So if you go to the bedtime, yep, just hit get started. Obviously Kennedy hasn't used this yet. So you set the time you want to wake up. So let's say 6 a.m. So
there we go.
And which days of the week should the alarm go off?
Every day.
Click every day. And how many hours Kennedy needs? 8.
12.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Kennedy just needs 8. So 6 to 8 is a good recommendation. So let's say the reason why they do this is because even though you say, hey, I'm going to go to bed at 10 o'clock tonight, you start doing things, you start cleaning the dishes, you start watching Netflix, you start being on your phone, you forget, and then the time passes by. Next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock, and you're not going to get your full 8 hours of sleep. So Kennedy is going to set her time for 30 minutes before. When she's watching Netflix, she knows it's time to start closing everything up. And so this is just the sound it's going to pick. So
it's not letting me.
What you hit next?
Well, I wanted to know what sound.
So now it's going to set an alarm 30 minutes prior to when she needs to go to sleep, and she'll just hit save, and now that's going to be set up for every day. Now you can go as far as setting it for a different time, like for Monday through Friday when you're going to work, and then set it for Saturday and Sunday on the weekends, so you can set different times. But this is a really cool app. And obviously it's super simple to remind yourself. However, everyone has a bunch of stuff going on, so this is a good reminder. And then you can go back to the sleep analysis and track all that data in there and see how consistent you are on your sleep. All right, so MyFitnessPal, you can also track your water, which is good because you want to make sure you're consuming enough water to help with soreness. Make sure you're getting water to your muscles because your muscle cells do have water in them. So good rule of thumb is like an ounce per pound of body weight is like how I like to do it, or just good rule of thumb also is just drink more than a gallon typically. I drink like 1.5 gallons a day, probably 2 gallons if you count in the other fluids I take, but 1.5 gallons just water. And but you can track your workouts in MyFitnessPal if you want to. Like I said, I like to just use the health app in the iPhone to track like my cardio throughout the week, like walking, running, any of that stuff. But you could track your exercise in here. You can keep track of your weight and keep track of everything in there. And another cool feature is if you want to hold your friends or family accountable, you can actually add friends. We should add each other on MyFitnessPal because you can see what each person is tracking. So, well, like I said, what's really cool about this day and age is it's so easy to be healthy. People are just still so freaking lazy, but it's really easy to track everything. All you have to do is use your phone. Like everyone's already on their phone all day. And you have these free apps. You don't even need to get the premium MyFitnessPal. You can get the free version. And you can just track your calories, make sure you're intaking less calories than you're burning, so, or taking more calories than you're burning if you're trying to gain weight. So there's so many ways to do it. There's so much free information online. You just kind of got to do some research and tune into this channel, and we'll show you how to be healthy. We're going to show you a lot of tips and tricks on here. So we're going to go get our workout in. But like I said, download MyFitnessPal and pay attention to your activity health on the health app through your iPhone. We'll see you guys on the next one.